Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and this is my 2005 Mercedes-Benz C230K, or compressor. It's supercharged, it's a 4-cylinder, and I wanted to show you how to change the oil. So this is a W203 chassis with the M271 engine. So let me show you what you'll need next. So what you'll need is 0W40 engine oil. So this is full synthetic from Mobil 1. There are a few others that are also okay for this car, but I would use the 0W40. That's what's recommended. Also, this is the filter for this particular model. If you want to pick this up, they're about $14 from Mercedes, so they're not very expensive for a filter. And then you'll need a 27mm socket so that you can remove the engine oil filter. So let's go ahead and get started. What's a little bit unique with these engines is you can actually just suck the oil out. In fact, Mercedes-Benz recommended that to me, to suck the oil out as opposed to get under the car and loosen a bolt to do it. So this little cap right here will come off, we'll take it off, and we can suck out the engine oil through that tube. That's basically where the dipstick would be in most cars, but instead we'll put a suction device in there, pull the oil out, and it makes it much easier. Before I do that, I'm going to loosen the oil cap, which is right there. We'll loosen the oil cap to let air in, and I've let this warm up and also let it drain back into the oil pan. So we'll go ahead and get everything set up and then we'll start. So this is what I'm using to actually remove the oil. I picked this up for about $60. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. But basically you pump this up to 20 or 30 pounds and suck the oil out using this tube. So you want to feed this tube down in here and push it until it bottoms out and then back it up just a little bit. So we'll feed it down in, it will keep going. There, it hit the bottom. I'll pull it back just a hair to allow air or oil to come up through the tube. So we'll pump this up. Now that it's pumped up, we'll release the clamp. Now while we're waiting for that, we'll install the filter. We'll remove the old one and then replace it with this. It also has a couple O-rings in there that I use a pair of tweezers to actually remove the old O-rings and put the new ones on. I'll show you that in just a moment. Now the filter is located back here, and it's not in the easiest to reach place. And I take these hoses off so I can move it around a little bit to get the filter past. Makes it a little bit easier. You normally just squeeze this and it will release and you can pull it right off. So here is the oil filter. I'm going to put the socket on here and turn it counterclockwise. It's not on there too tight, just unscrew it. Be careful, it's plastic, so slowly unscrew it and then remove it. Now the first thing you need to do is remove the cartridge filter and then the O-ring. So just pull this off like that, and then you have an O-ring here, here, and here up on this. So we can remove these. Just get your whatever tool you have, pull it off, and then there's one here. So I'll just put the O-rings back on in reverse. Now I've slid the new cartridge back on, and technically you could put these rings on after. It fits over just fine, and it's in here locked in place. So I just clean this up a little bit, put it back. The actual torque spec is 24 Newton meters. I just hand tighten it as much as I can. We'll put things back in place here. Shouldn't bind or go in difficult. Just crank it down, stop it to snug it, and then you can torque it. As you can see, 24 Newton meters is 17 foot-pounds, so I'll torque it to that. And it's nice and snug. Now when you get toward the end of pulling all the oil out, you'll start to hear the suction noise. So I just keep it pumped up and keep sucking the oil out until we've got as much as we can get. We're just about at the end. I just make sure it's all the way down at this point and suck up as much oil as I can. We'll remove the hose. Put the little plug back in. As you can see, the bottle's just about full. There's a mark right there that tells how much oil is still in it. It had a little bit before, so we're at about 6 quarts, I think we pulled out. 5.5 quarts is really what this car holds, so I think we pulled out about 5 to 5.5 quarts. So we're ready to put oil back in. I tend to use this as a funnel as it works best. I just cut off a Mobil 1 synthetic oil container in half, and then I put it in the top. So we know that's 5 quarts, but then we need to be careful because we don't want to overfill the engine. So we need to check the actual level, and we do that inside the car. So let me show you that now. To check the oil level, make sure that you're on this screen when you turn the car on. You have to be showing the miles. Go down here, plug your key in, turn it once, come up here, hit your odometer reset 3 times. You'll see it change. Then you use your left steering wheel control, hit it down about 3 times, and as you push down you'll see it change. And then on the bottom is the oil level. Now to get the actual oil level to show, you'll need to turn the car on to battery power. So we'll turn that one more notch, and we'll reset the service indicator in a moment. Just hit one of the buttons to clear it, and you'll see right there it says 4.9 liters. Now 4.9 liters, we need about 5.5 to 5.9 liters for it to be full, so we need to put a little bit more in there. If you do the math, basically 5.5 quarts is about 5.8 liters or so. So we'll add about another half a quart. Now one thing to note is I leave this on while I'm filling it, and I give it a little bit of time because it takes time for the oil to get down there. Now that we've got 6 liters, let's start it. Now remember, it takes a moment to go through the filter. It's running okay. We'll give it a moment. You'll see the oil drop as it's circulating through the engine. Basically, give it just a minute, we'll turn it off, and we'll let it settle, and we'll check the oil level again. And you can use the normal way to check the oil in the menu. Now we need to reset the service light as well. So you're going to use these same arrows we used before on our steering wheel. Let's go ahead and do that. To reset the service light, we need to put our key back in, turn it twice, and you'll see it says service and 500 miles for me. I'll hit the buttons on the steering wheel to clear it, and then I'm going to use the arrow keys until I get to service A and 500 miles, or whatever yours says. Then we're going to hold this button for about 4 seconds. Then it says to reset, press reset button for 3 seconds. So we'll push it again for 3 seconds. It beeps, and it says it's been reset. Now I've let the car sit for a while, and we've got 5.5 liters. It needs to be a little bit higher than that, so I'll top it off after running the engine. And that's it. So if you have any other questions or comments, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.